You know, the word debt, it just kind of has a heavy feeling to it, right? But what if I told you that this one little word could actually be the key to unlocking your financial future? Well, today we are going to completely flip the script on how you think about debt.
All right, let's just jump right in with the big question. Is all debt bad? Now, I'm willing to bet that your gut reaction is a pretty strong yes. It's been painted as the villain in our financial story for as long as we can remember.
But what if that very belief, the one that feels so responsible, is actually the thing that's holding you back? I know, that's a pretty bold claim, but stick with me, because that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
So this brings us to what we could call the great debt myth. It's the story we've all been sold, and it usually starts with a feeling that I'm sure is all too familiar for a lot of you. You ever feel like you're just stuck on a financial treadmill? I mean, you're working your tail off, you're paying all your bills on time, but at the end of the month, you look at your bank account and you're just not getting anywhere. It's so frustrating.
Well, the reason for all this confusion comes down to a really simple but powerful truth. Debt isn't just one thing. It actually has two totally different faces. And understanding that difference, that's your first step toward taking back control.
Okay, so here it is. This is the big mindset shift. Debt is simply a tool. That's it. It's not good, it's not evil, it's neutral. Its power, for good or for bad, depends completely on the person using it. Think about it like this, fire, right? Fire can cook your food, it can keep you warm, or it can burn your house to the ground. It's the exact same with debt. The tool isn't the problem, it's all about how you choose to use it.
All right, so let's start by dissecting the kind of debt that gives the word such a bad name. Let's talk about bad debt. This is the stuff that can quietly, and sometimes not so quietly, just drain your finances dry.
So what is bad debt really?
Well, at its core, it's basically borrowing from your future self to buy stuff for your present self. Stuff that either loses its value or just disappears altogether. You're left with the bill, but nothing to show for it.
You can usually spot bad debt by 3 telltale signs. First, it does absolutely nothing to help you earn more money in the future. Second, whatever you bought with it drops in value, and fast. And third, it almost always comes with high interest rates that are constantly working against you.
And honestly, examples of bad debt are everywhere. That shopping spree on the credit card, the brand new gadget on a buy now, pay later plan, you know the drill. The excitement wears off in a day, but that debt, that can stick around for years.
But like I said, that's only one side of the story. So let's flip the coin and talk about the other face of debt, good debt. This is the kind that can actually become a powerful engine for building your wealth.
Good debt is completely different. It's a strategic move. It's borrowing money today to create something of value or an opportunity for yourself tomorrow. You're working with your future self, not stealing from them.
And just like bad debt, good debt has its own characteristics. First, it helps you generate more income or opens up new doors for you. Second, the thing you acquire with it actually grows in value over time. And third, the interest is low enough that your investment can easily outpace the cost of the loan.
So, what does this look like in the real world? Well, it could be a student loan for a degree that leads to a much higher salary, or a mortgage on a modest home that appreciates in value. It could even be a loan for a piece of equipment for your business that pays for itself 10 times over. It's not just spending, it's investing.
And when you see it laid out like this, side by side, it just clicks, doesn't it? On one side, you've got debt that's all about consumption, and it shrinks your future. On the other, you have debt that's all about investment, and it expands your future. Same tool, totally different worlds.
Now, of course, it's not always so black and white. There's this gray area, this middle ground, and that's where so many of us get tripped up, which is why you have to learn to ask the right question.
This is what I like to call the dangerous middle. This is debt that masquerades as a good investment, but it's really just a liability in a clever disguise. Think about a loan for a fancy car that's way more than you need, or a student loan for a degree with no clear career path. It feels productive, but it's not.
So, from now on, the question you need to ask isn't just, is this good debt or bad debt? The real question, the critical one, is this: what specifically will this debt do for my future? Will it create an asset, or will it just create a payment?
Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine two people, starting at the exact same place financially. Person A uses debt to buy things that make them look good now. Person B uses debt to invest in skills that will make them earn more later. You fast forward 5 years, and it's not even close. Their financial lives are on two completely different planets.
Okay,
So this all sounds good in theory, but how do you actually apply this to your own life right now? Well, here is a super simple 4-step plan to get you started.
Okay, step 1. You're going to list out every single debt you have. Don't hide from it. Step 2, go down that list and label each one, good or bad. Step 3, attack the bad debt, starting with whatever has the highest interest rate. Get aggressive. And finally, step 4, from now on, before you take on any new debt, you pause and you ask that critical question, what will this do for my future?
Look, the big takeaway here is this. Debt itself isn't the enemy. It's not something you have to fear. It's just a powerful tool. And like any powerful tool, the danger isn't in the tool itself, it's in not knowing how to use it correctly. So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. Now that you know the difference, now that you can see the two faces of debt, which direction is your debt taking you? Because the answer to that question might just change everything.